Hey guys, Jason here with Epic Bait Molds, and today we're going to be making some dice bait and showing you how to do that too. So here we have our 0.5 inch and our 0.7 inch dice mold. We'll shoot both of those in a single color, and then we're going to show you how to thread them here. I have some different kinds of needles, and I don't have skirt tabs, but what I do have is actual skirts from Barlow's. So we're going to pull this band off here and then thread these through these dice to make a dice bait. Normally it's like 3 for $10 or something. So once you buy the mold, you can make a ton of them for extremely cheap, but you just gotta put the time in to threading them. So let's get these guys clamped together. And these are kind of skinny, tall molds. So we're gonna do one clamp on the bottom and have it resting on the table so it cannot tip. And our second clamp, go up towards the center top, and you see how it can't tip because of that. Next up, Bait Plastics 242 as always. Three-quarter cup, and then we'll throw that into the microwave, bring it up to 360 to 380 degrees. All right, we're gonna pull this out, check our temperature. 370, so we'll throw it in here like usual and degas. So we are just gonna make these single color like I said, and we're gonna kind of match this skirt that we have here. So we're gonna do this green from Barlow's. It's their opaque liquid color. So let's do 5 drops and just see where that gets us. It comes out. 2, 4. Oh, that was crazy. Must have had a clog in there, so that was probably about 10 drops. That's actually not looking bad. All right, so if you ever get the tip of these clogged, go in there with a needle, which is actually funny because we're using these today. And let's do 10 more drops. And now it's working super good, which is what we want. That was crazy. Okay, let's do 10 more. So that'll put us at roughly 30. Drops. There we go. That is looking good. And then to give it some pizzazz, we are going to add orange large, which is 0.04 flake from Barlow's. This is going to be a 1/4 teaspoon of that. And then we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of the large 0.04 flake from Barlow's as well. Stir that in. That is loaded with flakes. So if you want a little less, obviously you go with an 1/8 teaspoon, but that is looking good. And let's take our temperature. 334 degrees, so let's go ahead and shoot these. Get our injector out. A little stiff, but it'll loosen up. Here we go. And we'll start on the 0.5. Hold a little pressure. I'm gonna pull this piece down here. Doesn't stick. And go to the other side. Same thing. You can see that smoke coming out of the air ports, the little vents that are cut in there, working like they're supposed to. And that is it. This was an 8-ounce injector. I'll link it below. This worked perfectly to fill both of those. So just take note, if you're doing multiple molds at once, 8-ounce did the 2 of them. All right, so let's pull these dice out of here. You can see what they look like. That's the half and the basically 3/4. It's 0.7 inch. They're looking super good. Very, very unique bait, that's for sure. Pull a couple of these off. You're gonna actually want to let these here and then come back and thread them later. So we're gonna let these sit for a little bit and then we will thread them. So our dice have cooled off a little bit. They're still a little soft, but they are firm enough to start the threading process. And I wanna say something first. If you want these to sink, which most of you probably will, I would add a 1/4 cup for every cup of plastisol of salt. So 1/4 cup of salt into your cup of plastisol. That will make these sink when you just throw them out on a bare hook. The way we're gonna show you the footage of this is gonna be on a drop shot rig, so we don't necessarily need to sink, although that would still work on a drop shot rig as well. So let's come in and I wanna show you guys what we're doing here. So we've taken the rubber band off our skirt here, and now we have these loose fibers. You can just buy the skirt tab as well, but we have these loose fibers, and then we have a variety of needles over here next to it. So these needles, there's your straight needles and your curved needles. I really like these curved needles because it gives me something to hold on when I'm pushing through, and you'll notice this first part is actually straight. So what we can do here is actually line this up on a face and go straight through to the other face, pull it most of the way through, and then we take one of our little, they're like a hair, it's a little silicone piece. And this is the hard part. If you can't see good, it's gonna be very difficult. So you wanna thread that through there, like that. Pull it out just a little bit of the way, and then pull this whole assembly through the bait. Now pull the end and kind of center it, and that's one. And then you just keep repeating. So you have 4 on this face, 4 on this face, and 4 on that face. So you're doing 12 strands total through this cube. And once you're all done, you have this crazy, hairy little dice bait, and you can choose to kind of trim them, or you can leave them all different lengths. I think for this video, we're just gonna leave them all long, but if you're gonna trim them, you just kind of hang them down, cut them like that, rotate them until you get them all about the same length. And that's it. That is how you make a fuzzy dice. So it's a little bit time consuming. It takes a little time. That was maybe 3 minutes or so to get all the little fibers in there. But it's something fun to do, and it makes really cool looking dice spades. And so when you're fishing this in the water, all these little tentacles are kind of moving around and creating a lot of secondary action or secondary motion around this dice, and it's basically causing, curiosity, and fish come and bite it. Hey guys, out here shooting the swimming, or I should say sinking action of the dice bait for you. And these are floating, as you just saw us make, but this is the secret. It's a nail weight. Stick it straight in the belly here, like that. And that is how you get your dice bait to sink, and you can actually control the sink rate because you can trim the nail weight down or put a full size one in there to make it fall super fast. So just wanted to show you guys that. Back to the video. But that is it, guys. It's that easy. Like I said, add some salt in here. I'll link all the stuff in the description below, so go check that out. Get yourself some skirt tabs, unless you already have some skirt material that'll work as well. You're gonna want some of these needles. You can use a straight or a curved needle. I like the curved because I can really get my hand around there to push it. And then obviously you need the mold and the injector and everything else that goes along with bait making. And don't forget, there are the 2 sizes, the 0.5 and the 0.7. We just thread the 0.7 today. If you're curious, like which one should I start with, I'd probably just start with the smaller one. It's a 12 cavity mold, a little bit smaller dice bait, more finesse approach. Anyways guys, until next time, fish on.